Welcome back. Another episode of the Weekend High Podcast, coming to you live on a what your boy motherfucker on what's give me something on a throwaway Wednesday night, a dark, gloomy, nobody. What Skip be saying? What he say? He said he'd be like on a dark and gloomy Tuesday night that nobody cared about. It's one of those. Yeah. But welcome back, your boy KZ, your man Swag, back in effect.
Greetings.
Doing the thing, back at you to go over the current events for this week. A lot of stuff going on in the media this week. Well, we're gonna get right into it. Might as well get into the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? We popping it off this week. Get your boy Yay. Man, a lot going on, man. For him this week, you know what I'm saying? As you see at the bottom, his little alt right crowd and shit.
Oh, really? They like
the Panda game.
He the new Fuhrer.
Yeah, the Panda game. Yeah, man. This week, your boy Ye West has been dropped by Adidas and a long laundry list of other, you know what I'm saying, companies that was supporting him.
Litany of Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you my hood thought on it, and then I give you my intellectual thought on it. My thing is, it's like basically, with Ye anyway, I kind of don't really mess with Ye like that because he one of those like people you like okay, at first you liked him and stuff, but at the same time he say some crazy stuff like stuff that don't make no damn sense. The best, smartest thing he ever said was probably, "But George Bush don't care about black people." That was probably the dopest thing he probably ever said. Because at that time we know this government really don't care about us like that. So,
right.
So it was facts on that. But the thing about him is, at that time he didn't have much to lose because he was still trying to come up. I guess he could have still lost it, but he was still trying to come up. That could have ruined it. But at that time when he said what he had to say, he still had a strong base of black people like you and myself behind him, and he had a strong base behind him, a hip hop crowd.
And then him. All them people from Katrina was feeling like that, so it
exactly.
was perfect.
So he had black people behind him as his base. So we wasn't gonna let him fall no way. But as time went on, all you seen is his women continued to get lighter and lighter, and his money continued to get bigger. However, this he said it on the song. Remember, he said it on the song. He said,
leave your ass for a white girl."
Yeah, but and the thing is,
she said money.
And then and the thing is that what's crazy about it is that when that happened, he started like he was the people's champ in the streets, but then he said, for screw the people's champ belt, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to jump across these lines, and the lines he was jumping across he started saying crazier, like almost anti-black stuff, like saying slavery was a choice. And you know what I'm saying, and so his this is just my thoughts on how I seen it, this is my opinion. As his money continued to get bigger, he started to like fall in all the stereotypical, you know what I'm saying, categories that they say about black men when they get money, like, you know what I'm saying. So, and then the funny part about it, he was like one of the main people rapping about that in the beginning, and he just basically whatever he was spitting, he just like fell into it. So after that happened, now he's like, man, I'm a billionaire, I can say any damn thing I want. But the thing that Ye forgot to realize was that all his billions is tied to, like, basically the people he was talking about. All his billions is tied to the people he was talking about. Like, he wasn't a self-sustained unit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when you were a self-sustained unit, you could stay with basically whatever you want. Like an example we give is like Dr. Minister Farrakhan. Mr. Farrakhan can say whatever hell he want because guess what? His ecosystem is him.
Yeah.
He don't have to
It ain't
depend.
dependent on the construct, you know.
Right. He don't depend on dominant society. Or so basically he can say whatever hell he want. They really can't cancel him. They get him off of, media platforms and stuff like that, ban him off of there, but really they can't really cancel him. You know what I'm saying? He eating good, living good, you know what I'm saying? One of the wealthiest in this country. And but see, Ye thing with him is like I said, the people remember all them years he kept begging, let me in now. Let me in now. Bill Gates. No, don't try to let me in. He was like Nelly, you know what I'm saying? Doing like that. He was like, let me in. Remember, you kept saying that. He was always let me on. They blocking me, man. My fashion, my this, my that. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, when they let him in, then this dude started like taking white supremacist talking points and shit. And started saying like all kind of crazy, like clicking up with Candace Owens. Listen to her advice of all people who we know is just she's basically just a trap for anybody trying to come up that's black. Really, she's just a trap. She really don't got no power. You know what I'm saying? We know that she ain't got no political power, or she ain't really got no power. Period. But she's just a road bump to stop you from getting ahead. And he fell into the damn trap, and then came out with them damn t-shirts. So look, he lost his base, which was us, the black people in the hood, in the hood and streets. We loved Kanye, Chi-Town, all that. You know what I'm saying? But then he lost us and started pandering to another crowd, like the alt-right crowd. The people would be on that website Parler and type that. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to go basically Joe Rogan and shit. This nigga. But it's like one thing he forget, dude. You black, you can't go Joe Rogan.
So was it true that he actually bought a majority interest in Parler?
I heard I
heard that.
He was trying to. At the time, he was trying to. I don't think he did. Let me check my sources here. I don't think he did. Allegedly.
And then the way I see it, you know what I'm saying? When he came along brilliant. You know, he was humble, all this good stuff. And, he was expanding and, becoming, the man. But then it's that fracture point when he lost his mom, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, he didn't have his ego anchor. You feel me?
Right.
And then after that fracture point, to me, that traumatic, you know what I'm saying, undertaking, I think everything you said is true from there, everything. But I just want to acknowledge that fracture point. We talking about a damaged person. And I ain't throwing you no bail, but man, you know what I'm saying? With any level of genius, there's an equal and opposite level of a weakness in that person. That's my theory. I never read that, but it sounds good, don't it?
That's deep. And now another perspective, because I actually, I was raised in Gary, but then my mother got a better job. We moved close to the airport out there, the suburbs of Chicago. Yeah. And the thing I'm saying is when I moved out there, I seen dudes like Ye. And what I mean by that is this. It's dudes, they was cool. I got a partner of mine, cool as hell, my dog. They be cool as hell. But it's like you can tell they the type of person, or put it this way, if you had to bet, if you had to spend your last dollar, you could tell that they would pretty much, this is my opinion, they'll probably still sell out their people at the drop of a dime if they had to. You know what I'm saying? It's like they cool with you, right? Like, yeah, we in the same boat. But if it's an opportunity, opportunity opens the door. This motherfucker gone. And I think that's what Ye did. But also I think what you said was pretty much accurate too. What you said, him not having no moral compass since his mother gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't got no filter.
Yeah, that ego anchor, you know what I'm saying? Because he was there, right? I mean, he hit the hammer on the head when he said the George Bush doesn't care about black people. But I tell you, the point when he lost me is when he was calling Trump his white daddy, and that slavery was a choice. From there, man, it's gonna be real. It's just gonna take time for him to redeem himself. I mean, he can come with the axe, but it seemed like when stuff is going good, everything he seems to touch catches on fire, and then he's ping ponging back and forth. Really, to me, kind of appropriating from both sides of the coin.
Yeah. You hit it on the head too, man. Let me build up what you said, my bro. Right. When he said Trump is my daddy, and that's when he had the blonde hair. He's going around with the blonde. He's going around with the
Man,
demolition
pray for
man.
my brother, man.
He's going around the demolition man in the MAGA hat and stuff. And it's like it seemed like when he tried to do stuff, he always trying to do it like from a he try to do it from like a artsy, I'm gonna make a political statement point of view. Like, look, y'all, I took that with George, you know what I'm saying, with Trump and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got on the MAGA. Cause my thing is this though, he never did that with no other president. Like, he talked shit about George Bush. He didn't try to go up there, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm gonna say this: George Bush was a worse president for black people than Donald Trump was. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not
Hey,
you know me, I'm
I
independent.
mean,
I don't go with no party. But I'm just
stack,
saying,
if you stack up the pros and cons,
yeah, and the laws. If you stack up the laws of the pros and cons, it was like, yeah, George Bush. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of laws put in effect around his time against our ass. So, and that's so much the case when Trump was in office. And now, I ain't saying maybe he ain't get to it yet, but he no, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not yay or nay. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the middle on these type of topics, but I lean to the side that's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, go hear what we got to say, our people, and try to do something for us. But man. I mean, it was just dumb to me from a money perspective, from just being logical perspective. Why in the hell would you bite the hand that feeds you? We've heard that saying so many times, and it's so cliche. You know what I'm saying? But it's so true in this effect, in this instance with this whole situation with him. It's like, why? Like, some stuff you really have to, or if when you're in a certain position with the kind of money, now he had billions, so when you in that position, you kind of have to have some kind of couth about how you say stuff and when you say, and that's not trying to come. That's not saying capitulate, because I'm not. If you look on Twitter, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Kanye, hell yeah, tell them about they stuff. What he's saying ain't it's true. Okay, what he's saying is true, but the thing is that Ye probably could have served us better with the billions and kept building. You know what I'm saying? Things and helping black folks. Now he lost that money. Now his name is mud in the game. You know what I'm saying?
I have a theory about that, man. Now, I'm not a fan of the power lawn. You'll never see me just jump on the power just because it's a power for me. I think that nigga might have been lying about all that bread. Hey, man, I don't know, man.
But you know how net worth is. It ain't all in cash. It ain't like two.
It ain't about liquid assets.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, he was worth a lot more last week. I know that much.
Yeah, they said that net worth just dropped down. Now this is speculative or allegedly. It dropped down, and once again, fair use. We just reporting the news. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting us off news feed. So
we are not pundits.
don't put the legal team on. Right. Hold on. Anyway, but no, it's speculated. I've seeing different reports in the news circulation that his net worth has dropped down to $405 million, or 400. Let's say
450. I thought,
450. Okay, somewhere in that ballpark, which is still you're still a multi. Right. Well, as we know, with the wealth gap and the statistics we see from Professor Darity, look, to be in the 1% of black people, it only takes $150,000. So he's still in the upper echelon of.
Yeah, he in the 100,000s of the top percentile and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Of black wealth. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the brother, he really needs to think. And just like I said, I fell out with him when I first fell out with him when I seen him. I'm gonna be real. I first fell out with Kanye when I seen him. I was somewhere and it was on that Kardashian show. I don't know if it was like in a hotel lobby or something. And I seen him come on the show and I was like, damn, that's Kanye on there. This is when he first was trying to get at him or whatever. When I see him on there, I was like, this motherfucker. I was like, I don't know, something about that just didn't rub me right. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like at that time, you had the whole neo soul R&B movement popping. You had the kind of the neo soul hip hop movement with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Jay Dilla, Slum Village. You know what I'm saying? Many more groups. I apologize if I didn't name them all, but from that era, I want to say, was it early 2000s era? Yeah. You had
like
kind of
right
had a
on.
neo soul and neo hip hop soul movement, because you would even see them together, like the Roots. You would see Erica Badu and the Roots together. You would
Waylay and Slum Village.
Waylay, you know what I'm saying? Like it all kind of worked. Little Brother, you know what I'm saying? Hella five groups at that time was doing that. So when I see him on their show, and what they represented at that time was a come up, the Ray J video shit. So I was like, what the fuck is he doing on here? What my boy Ye doing on here? You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, that ain't a good look.
Hey, he was moving around, what?
Right. And he would know how hard he was going at her. And then so, it's just like people, as they say, sometimes money really bring out the person you really are when you get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it does. But then too, like I said, I give him a look. I'm gonna say this. I mean, only grace I really give him, because I lost my mother too, is because he lost his mother, and I know that if you watch that one documentary before he started, on Netflix, you see those behind the scenes footage of him and his mom. You see how, like, when he was doing dumb shit, she was calling him out.
They get together. It was greatness every scene.
Right.
Greatness.
She was like, "Hey, don't do that. That ain't a good look." She would tell him, like, "Dude, what are you doing?" She would just.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. After mom or grandma died, man, everything changed, man. And your giver F really kind of can easily fall to the wayside. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. So, now speaking of all the sponsors, he lost Foot Locker, Balenciaga, Adidas, the CCA, talent agency. There's a whole list online.
Aaron Donald quit Donda Sports.
Oh.
And then Jaylen Brown but then he thought about it and then came back after a day and said that he gonna give you some grace, more or less. That is definitely paraphrasing. But Jaylen Brown had quit, left Donda Sports, and Aaron Donald. But Aaron Donald was like, no, he can't do it. It just don't match the message that his family living,
So Aaron Donald, I do remember hearing something about they had linked up or something like that.
Because they went down to sports, and then remember he had got that like top four the top 5 recruits in the country that year.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. Matter of fact, he was in Chicago at that basketball.
Remember?
Because he had a basketball academy or something like that. So and he was at some kind of game or something. It was a bunch of people. Wow. So you know what? That's what I'm saying. Like everybody, like, oh, he keeping it real.
Hey, but I hear nothing about them young men. They ain't got nothing to do with any of this. I was talking about Aaron Donald.
See, that's what I'm saying. The people say he keeping it real, but like when you at that status, you got so many people linked to you that you affect whatever you do affects other people's lives.
Yeah, man. So
not only did we lose out, but the kids in his program lose out because they don't have fun. He ain't gonna have funding now. Maybe some of the I'm talking about the good work he does. Something like his foundations and stuff. The Donda Foundation, that's probably gonna be looked at with a side eye now. You know what I'm saying? So it's people that don't even really had nothing to do with this that's gonna lose out. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really think he took into context of what he is and who he is to other people. Sometimes we, you know what I'm saying, we don't think we that big. Like, oh, I'm just, you know, I'm just. Well, no, I ain't gonna say he don't think he that big. This dude got
Yeah,
hell
man.
ego.
I
But
mean, he know he's bigger than life, man. But you know, when you make a run at certain factions out there, you gotta be ready to pack. You have better pack a lunch because you gonna
you got to know you're important to the team. How important you are to the team. You know what I'm saying? It's just like being like it's better to be on the court than get kicked out the damn game. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to mouth off at the ref. You know what I'm saying? Because your team, look, it's fourth quarter with 3 minutes left, and then you want to mouth off at the ref, cuss the ref out, and get thrown out the game. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's what he just basically did, self sabotage. You know, it's like don't even say shit. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah,
you
but
win.
you know, hey, he was talking about wanting to get out of them contracts. He got everything he asked for.
Yeah. I mean, the
I
stuff
mean,
with
but you know, when you look at it in some ways, he is kind of free and clear now, and he got 400, you know, plus of his own capital. You
yeah,
know,
but he really can't build nothing now because his name is mud.
his name will
We
be
can't,
Bud for a little while.
and
Hey, man,
as we know in business, it's all about relationships.
yeah,
So
but
I mean, he ain't got no ecosystem. Like whoever, look, put it this way, who gonna work with him now? Everybody canceling him. So now when he go try to,
I'm just saying, time can heal, man. And you know, the only
yeah.
people I know still canceled is basically Bill Cosby
Now
and Harvey Weinstein.
now let's flip it. Now let's flip the other side that I do want to talk about. This segues us right into another part of the Kanye conversation I want to talk about. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button
Oh
down
yeah, hit the
below.
buttons, fam.
We pretty appreciate any donations, share, like, subscribe, comment. We love it all.
Blessings.
Now the other flip side of that is the racial aspect to that, because now Kanye said some stuff and you see how he getting canceled. This shows that white supremacy runs shit. Now you see how quick he got canceled. He got put. You know what I'm saying? Now think about it. It's been plenty of other people who said the same type of stuff, anti-Semitic stuff, ain't canceled. Sean Hannity, the Tucker Carlsons.
Shit,
I'm talking about this. What I'm saying is they didn't get their bank accounts canceled. This dude has got, now that's too far to me. Like, how you go?
yeah, man.
How a bank go reject you over some stuff?
They ain't even do Nick Cannon this bad when he got monkey.
Well, look at this. I'm think about this. Think about all the crazy. Now, think about how everybody react towards Donald Trump and all this quote unquote crazy stuff he say. He still got a bank account at some bank, doesn't he? So that shows you. I'm just saying on the racial aspect of this Kanye thing. They doing. It's a damn near public lynching, dude. Because how the fuck do you lose? Like everybody said, well, Donald Sterling lost his team. Yeah, but Donald Sterling when he left the
Yeah,
team,
he made $2 million out of $2
no, he
billion
took
out the
home
deal.
750 million when he.
Yeah.
So he didn't leave empty-handed. It ain't like they took his team and he didn't get nothing.
Like he left with his knapsack on the stick.
And I'm sure that 750 million is in some bank here in America somewhere. I'm sure it's collecting interest sitting right now in some bank. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get he said some stuff people didn't like, he offended some people, but at the same time, how does a bank reject your money, dude, over some stuff you said now? And other people have said way worse to him, and they still had bank accounts. They still buying stocks, bonds, and you get what I'm saying? So that does let you know it is white supremacy that runs shit, because when like when I hear like the headlines that I'm seeing, like Kanye's racist. Okay, once again, black people can't be racist because guess what? Kanye don't have the power to cut y'all off.
Yeah, to
Y'all got
use
the
it to
power to
his
cut his
advantage.
ass off.
Yeah, to get
You know
some
what I'm
kind of
saying?
gain from,
Racism is systemic. So obviously he don't run the system. Otherwise, he wouldn't lose $2 billion like that. But so think about it. Rahm Emanuel's brother had the power, was telling everybody to cut him off, and they cut him off. You see what I'm saying? So their community is on code, and when you are white or whatever, y'all run shit. Cause that dude he up out of here. You know what I'm saying? He don't have the power to do it in reverse. Who can he cancel? Who can he stop from having a job or anything like that? He can't. So that's what
Unless
I'm
you
saying.
count Pete Davidson.
That's what I'm saying. There's different angles to the story that you can look at that you can't leave out. You know what I'm saying? Because you really can't leave out the racial factor. What was that? Something just happened. I'm sure. Some of the people who was involved, like this George Zimmerman. I bet you he got a bank account somewhere.
Mel Gibson.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's endless. Your boy whose movies I don't watch no more. What's the dude name? He played from G.I. Joe. He was on Atlanta. Remember he was on the Atlanta being racist.
Oh, you talking about Bullet Train?
Yeah. No, dude. What's dude name?
Oh, Lakeith.
No, the white dude. He was on ATL. He played in Kidnapped. You know, they kidnapped his daughter and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Taking that dude. You know what I'm saying? He played him. You know, he still got a bank account. So I'm saying they do. I'm just saying when we do things, they do things extra. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. If it had been anybody else, I don't think they would have lost their bank account or nothing like that. I don't think you would have seen all this outcry and all these people coming out saying, "Oh, cancel them, do this, do that." Like they probably would have got a little cancel backlash or whatever, but not to the point where you losing business, like you losing bank accounts. Don't nobody want to bank with you. Don't nobody want to trade. Don't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see this outcry when like it's people who don't look like me and you have done even worse. Don Imus, when he said that nappy head hose thing, did he lose any? I mean, he lost his job, of course, on his platform. He lost the platform, but I'm just saying outside of the platform, which he should have. Outside of the platform,
you said Kanye got defunded.
I mean, he basically got I mean, come on, man. I'm not rooting for the dude. I'm not no fanboy of his no more, nothing like that. But I mean, right is right, and wrong is wrong. And that's wrong.
I'm telling you, man.
So,
I don't think he had as much money as he's saying he did. But I ain't a pocket watcher.
Well, he didn't have as much money as he's saying because a lot of it was tied into Adidas. Just like when they pulled the plug, that's when his status went down from being a billionaire. So all of it wasn't really
man.
A lot. Look, put it this way. I think a lot
man,
of parts of that 2 billion was lent. You know what I'm saying? Well,
leave that allegedly up there because I heard he had upwards of 7 or 8 billion.
Nah, I've heard like 1 or 2.
I could see him on the one line.
Well, it said he lost 1.5 billion.
In all this fiasco.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that. I can wrap my head around that figure. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm just saying that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
man. But hey, for all that white daddy shit, tough break, nigga. You know, time. Time heals everything, man.
Yeah, but it's just like when dude, just like how they did R. Kelly. Of course, we all know R. Kelly did some wrong shit, but the way they went about locking him up, they didn't do other people like that. You see what I'm saying? It's like they try to get us on technicalities and other rules and stuff that they don't like. Epstein, the rules that they put Kelly on, they didn't do to Epstein. This motherfucker got to chill, be a club man. You know what I'm saying? Got to have great coupon in his cell and shit.
Those crimes were not the same. They still crazy.
Yeah, I mean Epstein's was definitely Epstein's was definitely worse because he had a whole fucking island that he was flying dignitaries and.
But neither one of those offenses are redeemable.
Of course not.
Besides like I said,
I'm not co-signing what they did. I'm just saying, when the person is black, they add extra charges. They try to find any kind of way, even a technicality. They be like, second grade, motherfucker.
Yeah, and cheated on them and rub our nose in that shit. Extra.
Exactly. And that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Well, whatever. I mean, he said some shit he shouldn't have said. Definitely. And but at the same time, it's been people who said worse shit and they didn't lose bank accounts.
Hey man, they put screws to that brother, man.
I'm just saying. But moving right along. Spent a lot of time on Yeezy.
Oh yeah, we did.
His crowd. Well, he think he a proud boy and shit now, honorary proud boy and shit. But
Not proud boy.
that's why he had them damn clothes out there.
Yeah, yeah. Donald Trump called. He said, "Stand down and stand by, motherfucker."
Hell yeah. Well, let's go on to a little bit of lighter news, but the news that we need to hear in our community. Bam, looking like your uncle right there. That look like your uncle, boy.
Hell yeah. Is that man smoking cigarettes indoors in the USA?
Yeah, it's funny you said that because I don't know if you heard this or not. It's been recent news in Las Vegas. Strip casino workers seek to ban a popular habit, which is smoking. Because normally in Las Vegas you can smoke as long as you spending money, you can drink and smoke all you want. You know what I'm
They
saying?
still
In
do that in
Vegas.
Vegas?
And but the workers in Vegas, they say they tired of you know what I'm saying, they tired of working in that environment, getting secondhand smoke in their lungs and stuff like that. So they trying to damn near go on strike. They're trying to get this ban. Now my thoughts is how you know what I'm saying, you work in a casino environment. You
Actually,
signed up for the job.
what I was about to say would have got us canceled.
you said what, cat?
I said what my first thought would have gotten us put on the chopping block.
Hell no. Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna sit on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got that there too, though. They got the, you know what I'm saying, the bunny ranches and stuff there too. You know what I'm saying? It's legal, but they said that a lot of the casino workers, a lot of the dealers there, and then the strip clubs, and stuff there, they're tired of all the smoke. And now, cannabis is legal there, so you know what I'm saying? So they got hellified smoke in the casinos. But the workers, they seek a historic ban. Currently, only MGM resorts ban smoking. Other casinos include Caesars Palace and have a strong ventilation system. They have they have like smoke-free sections and whatnot that you can go in. But what are your thoughts on that? That Sin City is saying no more smoking.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, when I first started like playing poker out in public, you could smoke it, in the parlors, in the taverns and stuff. You out to a free roll or anything like that, and you sitting there, that smoking can be consuming. I've been to the bingo hall, and that stuff is consuming. But I'll be honest with you, part of me don't miss the not smoking indoors, because then you don't go home reeking like you've been smoking in the car all night.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I do my little vape thing, but as you know, like to real smokers, vape is really nothing. I'm smoking a mix called a sugar cookie right now, so that tells you. But at the same time, it doesn't have one thing I do like about it. It doesn't keep that, you don't have that scent on you or whatever like that. That's the only thing that's why I quit smoking real cigarettes and things like that, is because
man. Hey man, for real, man, it's an inconsiderate habit, and I'm a smoker, but I always keep my hands washed, because most of the odor stays in your fingertips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter what you're smoking. And so just keep your hands clean, and just don't box up in the car like Saladin right here.
Your uncle, he be like, man, he gonna be like, Uncle Willie gonna be like, man, fuck that shit, man.
He's like Reggie Wilbur.
He got a pack of cool longs.
He's a cool filter cake.
Yeah, he got them cools in there, shoes.
Yeah, you like train today.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, leave with your thoughts. So what are your thoughts on, because I know a lot of people, it's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that like to gamble and things like that. And then I know a lot of people who gamble, but they don't smoke, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you think that maybe they did that to bring in more revenue into the casino, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's just to get more people in the casino, because
that's what I'm saying, more revenue.
You got a lot of people on oxygen, and a lot of them will go sit at that slot machine for hours. They ain't gonna go in the room with people walking around dumping cigarette butts with an oxygen tank. You know what I mean?
Well, so a lot of them have that oxygen tank and still be smoking. They be
right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, the people, think about it, it's people who don't smoke, who intentionally say, no, I never go to a casino because all that smoke in there, I don't smoke and I don't like that. But now, if you got smokeless casinos, then they be like, oh shoot, I'm gonna go to the casino and see what it's all about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, but somebody knock an ashtray over on the poker table, that's a turnoff, man. And I'm telling you, man. But yeah, man, I do appreciate it more. At first, it felt like an inconvenience, but once I got over myself, I went outside to smoke cigarettes. But it is an advantage when you don't have to quit what you're doing to go smoke, and you sitting there in the continuity of the table. You got people that get up and break their momentum to go have a cigarette or two, and you still there in the groove locked in, and you take advantage of that momentum shift where maybe somebody got a big pot, maybe they partying, maybe they just can't stop smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So yeah, man, I'm with it. I'm a smoker, but I don't like the smell.
I heard that. I heard that. Man, I'm telling you, that's crazy. Yeah. I used to work in a casino years ago, so that's why I thought that was some interesting news to see how far we've come in this society now. I remember growing up seeing people smoke on airplanes, and now, you know what I'm saying, you don't even now you ain't gonna be able to smoke in a casino no more. So it's kind of getting away from that. But moving right along, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
The
And
cigarette
moving,
fee for you, man.
yes, sir. Moving right along. And actually, I had I might jump on this one with you too, but because we seen this in the news, the story. I'm gonna let you take this over. But your boy, this is your Ice Cube claims that the NBA and ESPN are doing everything in their powers to ignore or destroy his Big Three league. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So Ice Cube, he was uh Stack was giving Snoop some support because he still plays in the league, and so Ice Cube he did a tweet, and then no, see, Stacks did a tweet, had a little video of the league, and then so Ice Cube retweeted that with a little clip of all the smoke, and he said, "Appreciate you at the Trill Stack 5. We definitely need everyone's support." Cube wrote in his own tweet, and then he said the NBA and ESPN are doing everything in their powers to ignore, destroy at the Big Three. And what you think about that, man?
Um, I think it's true because also in that story, another thing perspective add on, they say Ice Cube has the only and first only black owned
Yeah,
sports league. But I do think so. I think they're trying to. They don't really cover it. I think. Well, it's kind of a from
yeah,
okay. Let me give you one perspective. From a perspective of a brother, I think they do. They want to keep. It's about money. So if it ain't if his partnerships with ESPN ain't right, um, or they don't want to cover. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to cover the Big Three. They you don't see it on ESPN, you don't see it on FS1 and all that stuff. They don't really
yeah,
cover it like that. Now I will say this from a entertainment perspective. Now, just outside of me being a brother, because first, I'm B1 all the way, so I had to give the black perspective
B1.
first. It does look like they're trying to suppress because you don't see no media coverage of his stuff. But at the same time, is it entertaining enough for people to cover? Because I think, like me, it's one of those things because, like, you got ex NBA players who are in G Leaguers who are playing in it. And I don't know if that's going, I don't know if they're positioning or letting him position the Big Three like in the off season. You know how they did the football? Remember they had the minor league football this year? What was the XFL or whatever like that?
Yeah, yeah,
So they should position it in the summertime, and maybe he trying to position. They not giving him sponsorship or whatever. But I think it just needs to be a little more entertaining for me. Now I have watched it. I used to watch it. I like seeing some of the old NBA players, like, oh hell no, you know what I'm saying, see them ball or whatever. But I'm just saying, is there really a market for it? I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm not trying to hate. I love Q. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, do I
yeah.
really want
Hey,
to
but
watch?
hey, I'll tell you what. If they had a contract with, like, let's say maybe not Budweiser, let's say Modelo, or Dos Equis, since Dos Equis ain't got none. Like if they can get a Dos Equis, something like that, then maybe the performance of the actual show would be more lit, because right now it's still kind of grassroots basketball, and they got their dancers and stuff, but it's pretty much straight up and down basketball. But it kind of feels like they shadow banning the big three, really, because ain't nowhere to find it but on YouTube. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I mean, I'm just reading now that they're reporting that they do have they still been having the league every summer, and it said just Cubans have said the ESPN and they not just giving them coverage or nothing, like, because around the summertime it don't really be nothing on anyway, so this would be
Well,
something good.
ESPN could have a non-compete for the NBA to play their games and shit.
That's true. We
You
don't
know
know
what
what
I'm
this.
saying?
We don't
And
know.
then, hold on, I got a question though, just to put a pin in this.
uh,
How the fuck? I'm sorry, but how is Ice Cube just now getting his flowers for having the first black sports league, and the league is like 9 years old now?
right. Um. Yeah, that's too. He's definitely this fly. But another thing is too. I'm gonna say this. In the summertime, I did see, that other league, the ESPN be showing, like it'd be like a little tournament that be going on. They be having this like tournament.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
be like
yeah,
watch.
yeah. I've seen that.
They be dudes you ain't never heard of. I don't want to call them washed up, or they be like stars that you really never heard of, or didn't get to make it to the bigger leagues or whatever. And they had that on there. Now they got an agreement with the NBA. That's what I'm saying. So I
Yeah,
feel where Cube coming from, because it's things blocking him, constantly blocking him from getting the exposure that he want. But at
yeah.
the same time, I just feel like I don't know if the big three is a one thing about basketball. Let me do like, man. One thing about basketball.
Oh
Me and Larry,
no.
we like to play basket. No, I'm playing. That's my Magic Johnson. But anyway, no. What I'm saying is this: with the NBA and basketball, there's only with basketball, period, for me and people I'm just saying for what I've known, there's only two vehicles where I know people will sit around and just literally watch basketball. That is the NBA, whether it's NBA regular season or playoffs, and college, the tournament, March Madness, and even regular season. I mean, depending on a lot of the regular season you're going to see is going to be like alumni and stuff. But then there's certain key matchups, top 25, AP top 25. So
Yeah.
I'm saying those two vehicles for basketball, I think that's where you're going to get your most viewership. Because think about it, even at WNBA, people, they don't really get a lot of looks. So now you going to Big Three where you think like, okay, yeah, I want to see all the old NBA greats or whatever. Shit. Some people may not want to see them old ass NBA. Like, I don't know if it's entertaining enough to keep an audience. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Man,
I'm
I'm
say,
telling you what I think. What I think it is, like, if they got a big advertising contract with somebody, number one, they be able to pay the players more. Okay,
yeah, that's true.
I'm kind of putting this in a similar boat to the women, to the WNBA, and what they complain about not being able to eat like the big boys, because who the fuck's watching it, like you said. But
You
like,
gotta have an entertaining product for people to watch it. That's
man, look, it's a product. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere you probably would get more retirees. Like, if they was paying right, I ain't gonna say a Tim Duncan will come back, but maybe a KG who still got something in the tank. Maybe a Rashid or somebody
yeah.
like that. If they had more to pay, which they would be able to get with the advertising people, like with an advertising contract, or something like that. Like a Budweiser or Mickey D's or something. The shit you see in the commercials during halftime of the Warriors game.
Well, I think Cube should just redo the league to make it more entertaining. This is my idea. Do it just like how they did versus with music, where you have certain matchups that people want to see. Like you always wanted to see. You said Tim Duncan versus Hakeem. Not to say they don't have that, or these two dudes. They could be too old to want to do
Hey,
something.
it's funny you said versus,
You
because
know,
I was thinking maybe if it was like on Triller or something. trilogy. You
Right,
know what
because
I'm
they got
saying?
because your boy got a one-on-one league. Who was that? It's Tracy McGrady. I think got a one-on-one league where I've seen it on YouTube where they got this one-on-one basketball.
Mm.
But I'm just saying basketball is one of the vehicles. If it ain't the NBA or if it ain't just at least college, people ain't really gonna watch that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying because even football, even the minor league football this year, everybody like my father liked and everything. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't watch that one game. I just seen the highlights, and I know the dude from Dallas, the punt returner, came from the league. And that's beautiful that he made it, to the league using that vehicle. But I still don't know. I just don't buy. I can't buy into football in the summer. I'm not hooked enough for football in the summertime. I think it's a good vehicle for brothers who, went to college and they get
Yeah,
drafted.
man, I can watch the Steelers year round, but I feel you on that.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, maybe if they link the minor league football teams more to the real teams like they did the G League, maybe it'd be more interesting then. Like if the Steelers had a minor league football team,
Yeah.
the Colts had a minor league football team. Everybody had a minor league football team where it was like a farm system, and you could like, oh, okay. Then it would probably be more, what I'm saying, interesting or whatever. But moving right along, y'all, Weekend High Podcast, man, moving right along. We're gonna move into one more thing here. I'm gonna jump. We'll go. Actually, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your review of Teal.
Oh, I
Well,
can't
not yet.
review it
Not yet.
yet.
Not
I
this
was just talking
episode.
about because it releases this Friday. The first shows are tomorrow.
Okay.
They had the premiere last week.
Yeah, we talked about it on the last show. What we thought, what we think, our thoughts behind the movie and everything about this. But you actually do a review on our next show, so make sure you tune in.
Yeah. But yeah. We'll put a pin in that one. But yeah, me, my dad, and my son, we gonna represent 3 generations deep. You hear me?
I heard that. That's good. That's good. Good outing. Well, we're gonna move right into this, man. This is big in the news. Well, at least for the sisters it is, or some of the brothers who still like to have it fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Big story came up about hair straighteners, and that's something big and relaxers in our community, that they giving people women uterine cancer. So all the dark and lovely, all the I'm not saying allegedly. Let me take that out. Let me retract that. JUSTFRME. Yeah, we know all those seen those commercials, but it says chemical hair straighteners linked to higher risk of uterine cancer for black women. Yeah, we remember all them dark and lovely commercials in between Soul Train. When you cleaning up on a Saturday and Soul Train on, and Johnson & Products. You hear them say all those little keys, and we're not disparaging those companies because a lot of those companies, black companies. So I'm not disparaging,
man.
But I'm just saying that this research says. It says if you care about black women's health, you have to care about our hair. Professor Wendy Green, the leading voice in the movement against hair discrimination. And basically, the National Institute of Health found that black women may have a higher risk because they are more likely to such products more frequently. They did a research on hair care habits of more than 33,000 women and found those who use chemical hair straightening products at least 4 times a year were more than twice as likely to develop uterine cancer. So now brothers with them S curls, you got them Proline and them S curl kits.
Oh, the S curl, remember them Dukes?
Yeah, them that's the Duke. The Duke way you take still. Hey, there's some brothers out here still using them Duke kits. Still using them kits. You gonna mess around, had testicle cancer and testicular. Fucking with that shit. Leave your stuff natural. You know what I'm saying? Leave stuff natural. But yeah, this I mean, because it was something else that just came out too. Remember the Johnson & Johnson baby powder, the talcum powder?
Oh yeah, man, they pretty much
the sisters.
Called that in total.
Yeah, man.
Allegedly.
Mothballs, people using mothballs, you can't all that stuff, man. A lot of these things are stuff our grandparents we see.
I'm gonna say staples of the black home.
Yeah, because my grandparents used to put mothballs on their vacuum cleaner and vacuum. And that's crazy, I have they died. They had cancer issues, so that could be linked. And also, it didn't help that we lived, where they lived at was steel, around steel mills and stuff like that. So you got that in the air. So we got to be
Black
very
lung
careful.
disease and
Got
stuff.
to be careful what you breathing in, what you putting in your body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know, even with them weaves, a lot of women like, well, even with them weaves, you know what I'm saying, man, like that stuff is, you putting that stuff in your hair, and then, because I ain't gonna lie, one time I was on a plane, man, this girl had this weave, they get that pat, 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 pat,
Pat,
and
pat,
then,
pat, pat, pat.
but her that weave, that wig or weave, whatever she had, smelled like a diaper, dude. That's those. It was, and I kept smelling.
Ooh.
I'm like, what is that smell? I kept,
Yeah, I think she had that problem before she put that weave in.
yeah, man.
That sounds like some
It was
scalp
coming right
action.
from that hair. You could smell that sweat and ugh, you know what I'm saying? So, sisters, let your hair breathe sometimes. It's okay to have a weave
Hey,
game. I understand.
hey, I just want you to know, whatever you smell, you can taste. It's
Man, you know what I'm saying? But yes, 60% of these of the participants reported using straighteners were black women. You know what I'm saying? So we really gotta I mean, something you grew up in. A lot of sisters grew up sitting in their grandma kitchen with the hot comb on the stove, and you know what I'm saying, getting their hair pressed, and then that relaxer, you know what I'm saying, putting it in, and so
yeah.
um, we definitely got to be careful, and think about it where it comes from.
Oh, don't
Uh,
forget about the rap. You know what I mean?
well, if a lot of those relaxers and straighteners come from us not being accepting of ourselves, or the country not letting us
Right.
being accepting. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Because back in the 50s and 60s, you couldn't have a fro, and you had to get the what I'm saying, the Johnny Mathis, and
there
and
it comes.
come. Yeah, man, you had to because the country was teaching us that we're not acceptable as ourselves, so we got to look like something else, something else. And then all of a sudden in the 70s, you seen the movement with the big fros and stuff
Yeah.
and everything like that. We was letting it hang more like just we gonna be natural, man. You know what I'm saying? But even then, they were still using chemical because they had the blowout kits. The blowout kits, you know what I'm saying? There's still chemical in that, so
But
definitely be
it was
careful.
still Afrocentric though.
Yeah, definitely be careful, brothers and sisters. But we're gonna move it back to throw it back your way to sports, man. It was a fight.
Yeah, man. And this happened the day before we potted last week. I don't know how I missed it. I'm ashamed, but I guess I didn't miss much because Deontay Wilder is back, ladies and gentlemen. After a hellacious trilogy of fights with Tyson Fury that saw Wilder suffer the first two losses of his professional career, the Bronze Bomber proved that he still has something left in the tank with a devastating first round knockout of Robert Helenius at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, last Saturday. In true Deontay Wilder fashion, the end came with one vicious punch.
Mm.
Man, did you see that clip?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I seen on that picture. Actually, he looked like what's my man who used to play for the Lakers, Harrell, in the Clippers. But you know who I'm talking about? The man,
Montrez.
Montrez. He looked like Trez. I'm like, damn. I was like, damn, is that Trez boxing? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he do got a little
You
hair
said
like
the
that.
poor man's
I
Trez
mean, but
game.
this is a good win for him because you know what I'm saying, he after that, little Tyson Fury debacle, he had took a little back. Like people were saying, like, oh, he's a one-trick pony and whatever. But then when you see him get to use his special powers like he does, man, it's a sight to see. But you don't put it this way, you don't want to be caught on the other side of that glove.
Oh yeah,
I
you
don't
do
want
not want to be
you don't
on
want to be on this side,
business
right?
side of that punch, you know.
You don't want to be
No
on this
man,
side.
but he did some setting up, man. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was only a small sample size, but he did some boxing in the limited time that we got to see him. He set him up for that punch. He was waiting for it, but he set him up when he was boxing with that jab. It,
Yeah.
it like I said, it was a small sample size, but I had to go back and do some homework on that joint.
Yeah, man. You know what? I got to get back in my box and keep up because I've been really keeping up with the little guys, Javante Davis and
Yeah, man.
like.
I've been watching. Errol Spence and Bud Crawford match real carefully. I'm waiting for that to come together and hope that it doesn't take until 2 years after their prime, like with
Mhm.
Pacquiao. Even though Mayweather was older, Pacquiao had quit juicing, and then he became regular, and it was
Yeah,
2 years probably too late for him. And
yeah, yeah.
Floyd put them skibbity paps to me.
Yep, yep, yeah, yeah, yeah. Boxing is now you got Haney. Haney, he's a nice young guy who's real
Shakur Stevenson.
yep, Steven. So it's a good batch.
Yeah,
And then what's the
Devontae
one and then
Davis.
another
Yeah,
brother from
man.
Texas. Is that Stevens from Texas?
Oh, Shakur Stevens.
No,
I,
who's the
I
one brother from
think, but don't
Texas? I
quote
can't
me.
think of his name. He's bad too, bad dude.
Yeah,
Earl Spence. Spence.
Oh, Errol Spence Jr. Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
from he
yeah,
from
he
Dallas.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
man. Man, it's between him and Bud Crawford, who's the pound for pound best to me right now. Because Canelo, he was, but then he got beat trying to go up to light heavyweight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that was okay. I ain't gonna get into Canelo on them, but yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna be going big on this Spence and Bud Crawford fight. Supposed to happen fairly soon, like before the turn of the year. But as I get more information, I will let you guys know. But please hit the buttons.
For sure, for sure. Moving right along. This story right here, man, is a trip. It's gonna leave us into the next story, but this chick right here,
Hmm.
um, woman posts photos. She's sandwiched between two obese black people on a plane, then asks airlines for reparations. Uh, an Australian woman has sparked a wave of internet backlash after posting a photo of herself on an American Airlines flight, complaining about having to sit beside two obese people. Sydney Watson, an Australian American conservative political commentator, wow,
Oh,
took to Twitter to share her experience while on a 3-hour American airline flight. Sydney Watson complained to American Airlines about being wedged between two obese people. She made a whole big deal about it, posting online and whatnot. And then Watson's complaint was met with immediate backlash from social media users who accused her of being extremely fat phobic and downright mean.
and
You know,
tone deaf to boot.
yeah, yeah. However, Watson doubled down on the post saying that she doesn't care if this is me. She said, "I can't even put the armrest down on either side because there's no effing room. I'm sick of acting like fatness is this extent. Fatness to this extent is normal. Let me assure you, it is not. One of the passengers come on. Some passengers come in all different sizes and shapes. We're sorry you are uncomfortable on your flight." The airline wrote. In the email shared by later in the week, it said Watson, who demanded reparations for being forced to sit in the middle seat, received an email from American Airlines offering her compensation. In the email shared by Watson, the airline apologized for discomfort and offered her a $150 coupon. We do our best to avoid uncomfortable situations regarding the seat, she said. But I want to know what's interesting. Now you saw what her political affiliation is, or how she likes to get down. But it's interesting that she chose the word reparations. Um, you see what I'm saying? And I think this is my thought. I'm gonna pass it to you, but this is my thought. Um, my
No,
thought.
get him, Casey.
Yeah, my thought is this. She's doing this in an attempt to muddy the word reparations, just like they did woke. So you know how when
Step
they
on
say
the
woke,
message.
that's basically means black people. When you say them, oh, this whole woke crowd, this whole woke, when they complain about it, it's a negative connotation with woke. Because think about it, why would somebody being woke to things that are
Yeah,
or aware of
yeah,
things be bad?
yeah, it's a little too woke for me. That's the
Right.
connotation right there.
How is being aware to a bad? How is that being aware of things instead of being oblivious and naive to things and just falling and being a slave to things? You're aware, like, wait a minute, that ain't right. You calling things out. So now that's a bad thing. So now that there's a reparations movement, and the movement is getting stronger and stronger. We got there is the march for reparations on November 5th, with Brother Tariq Nasheed and the rest of them. Um,
Brother,
Boyce Watkins
Brother Reza.
yeah, Brother Kaba, what I'm saying, Sister Teslin,
Brother
Brother
Marcel.
Marcel, yep,
Yeah.
Dr. Maya, Professor James Smalls, Riza Islam, Brother Reza, you know what I'm saying? So with this movement, as it's getting bigger and bigger, and this part is coming up on midterms. So that's like in the political realm.
Yeah, just to muddy up the message.
Yeah, it's just to put a negative connotation on the word. Well, I want reparations because I had to sit between two fat black people.
Now, I'm wondering if she gonna get half the vitriol that Brother Aries got for what he said about Lizzo.
Wow, right. I didn't even think about that angle. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that
Yeah, I'm
angle.
gonna be watching it because we go see if they keep that same energy like they like to say, like we say.
Yeah, they probably not, you know what I'm saying? They probably not go, yes, you see, you on the outside of the picture, you can see the arms of the people she was sitting in between or whatever.
This wasn't just rando
No,
picture.
on the outside, these is actual. They just put this outlet, just put her picture in the middle to show. But if you see right here on the left where that hair is, that's her hair right there on the left. If you can see a
Okay.
little bit outside of
Okay.
that, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying.
they had
But
a nice little rye
um,
bread sandwich popping
I
up.
mean, but I've been on airplanes where I've been sandwiched between big people, and they was white or whatever. And I mean, it's just put it this way, it's just the rule of the middle seat. If you get the middle seat, then you just, you know what I'm saying. That's just what it is, man. That's why nobody wants the middle seat. So a lot of times when you book an airline flights, everybody
Yeah,
trying to get the
yeah.
aisle or the window.
She's supposed to be somebody. If she would have not been cheap but got first class, she would have been in the
Exactly right.
situation.
You this big political conservative strategist commentator, and your ass in the fucking coach.
Riding in that court.
You back there and coaching, you mad. Maybe she need to complain to whoever her employer is and start getting some first class seats. You know what I'm saying? But like, for you to
Of
use the
course.
word reparation. See, that was intent using the word reparation. That wasn't a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? That
No,
was
that was planned out and thought out.
yeah. So we have to be very careful about that. And because there
This
shouldn't be none, just
this is
like
not
for instance, with the whole critical race theory. So now instead of saying black history, because we say we don't want them teaching black history, we look racist. So let's say we don't want them teaching critical race theory. So you see what I'm saying? So they flip it.
it
They
goes
flip it.
down the palate a little better.
There you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, man. Moving right along, y'all. Hey, there's a big problem. They say, and I didn't know this, but they said it's a big problem, bro, with artificial insemination inside the black community. It says America has a black sperm donor shortage.
Oh,
This America has a.
I can tell you why.
It says that a lot of sisters are saying that black women are paying the price. They said that they are, going to these cryo banks and websites, and they're looking for black donors, and they don't have a lot of black donors to choose from because they don't want to pick, other races. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are just like, hey man, I just want a kid the same race as I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're doing it maliciously or trying to be racial, prejudice and then.
Yeah.
It's just like anybody, you know what I'm saying? But they said that fewer than 2% of the country's four largest sperm banks say that they just have a fraction available supply of black men. It says black women between ages 35 45 are more likely to remain unmarried than women from their other racial groups. And it says that some of the black women that's looking for, donors, maybe they had health issues, they couldn't have a kid. Or they want to just, what I'm saying, do it a different way. They,
Yeah, get their career off the ground or something.
or alone, or they could, what I'm saying, be sexual orientation wise, you know what I'm saying. They can't, have kids, of course. They need, they got, they got two. Well, never mind. I ain't gonna say that analogy, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I felt that would come around the corner.
It said on average, sperm is sold for $950 to $1,300 per vial. Damn. Donors
Hell yeah.
receive, but hey, you the donor, you only get 70 to 150 bucks.
Hell yeah.
So they say, but the funny part about it is, I don't see how it's a shortage. You know, remember they said we having all these kids and stuff, and they try to depopulate our community and stuff. So I don't see how these. But I guess on the sperm bank, the cryobank side of the game, we ain't
Yeah,
got.
yeah. We busy making cream pies in this month.
Look, sisters, y'all can't go to the dominant society and be like, we don't have nobody. You got to go to the hood. You need to call Willie Earl and then be like, hey,
Hell
where's your
yeah.
brother? Call your girlfriends, ask where their brother at.
Hell yeah.
Like, hey, can you fill up this vial for me? What does he
Hell
do
yeah.
for a
Call Miss
living?
Nancy down on the corner. She'll get
Or,
a
or,
appointment.
or you know, they need to start vetting them. You like, man, you know, you see a brother like, man, where he work at? Oh, he's an engineer. Let me buy your. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't you me up with a little sample?
that's an interesting dynamic that I just didn't think we had in our community, because you know, like I said before, they were saying we having too many, and you know they putting a Planned Parenthood on every corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in our community, but now they saying on the cryobank side of the game, we got a low supply.
Yeah,
But I know, but honestly, you know, I don't think people in our community use those kind of banks like that. What you think, man?
Well, I think it's probably more professional, or beyond 40, the 40 to 45 range. Black women, either they're at a point in their career where they're ready to start a family, or like you said, it can be because of the gender makeup of their family. But you know what I'm saying, and if they're going out and not want to go out there and do it the way, like go have sex and get pregnant the natural way, maybe they don't want a relationship. And then I can see them wanting to have a baby with a black man, being a black woman.
Yeah,
I can see where there'd be a shortage, because it ain't too many sperm banks where I live. Number one, that I'm aware of. I've never done it before, but I never hear nobody talking about going to donate some sperm for a lick. Like I
right,
hear people talk about donating plasma, or even back
right,
in the day, blood. You know what I'm saying?
right. Because yeah, it's kind of frowned. I think it's kind of frowned upon too. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you going? I'm going to the sperm bank, man. I'm about to go beat off for an hour or two and make some money.
Hey man,
It
if it
said,
was really available, I'd rather do that. Get paid $75 to watch some fresh porn. Shit.
yeah. It said, now check this out.
This here is musician seed.
It said that black women detail fierce competition on cryobank websites for vials from black donors. They say they typically sell out within minutes. So it's selling out like iPhones.
Going out like
That juice
yeah.
is selling out like iPhones, man. It's now this one
Like
sister.
cats of butter.
This one sister says her name is Angela Stepanik. I don't know if she's a sister with the last name Stepanik. A DC educator recalled putting vials of sperm from a black donor into her online shop. No, she's white. Shopping cart, only to get beaten out by a sorority sister she was on the phone with, who was faster to check out. Stefanik
Go
had a
girl.
mixed child. Yeah, it says Stefanik had a mixed race child using sperm from a Latino donor. Also, she was black. So she couldn't get the black donor, so she had to get a Latino donor.
She settled for a Latino donor.
Now, yeah, she settled, right. At California Cryobank, the waiting list for an in-demand donor, it says an in-demand white donor is generally 3 months, according to the medical officer. The wait for black donors can stretch as long as 18 months.
Well, they ain't trying to exactly, uh, sprinkle the earth with a bunch of black seeds in that bad boy.
I just don't think, like, I see white dudes going to beat off because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not really
it's just that even in movies, you see them like them comedy movies. They go into the, you know what I'm saying? What's the
and look at the
and
movie
even in real life,
the movie was in the sperm bank. I've never seen a sperm bank in my life.
Yeah, me neither. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't
What
think.
I'm saying? They don't want our sperm in cups. They want it inside other places.
Yeah. Hell no, they want the real thing. Hell no.
That dang.
So, or maybe what if these sisters are just a bunch of ugly ass sisters who really can't get no dudes? So now
Well,
they
see, and that's what I was wondering, like if it is it Sugarfoot or somebody, or is it like, same sex marriage, or
I mean,
something
it
like
just says all educators. And now it says one of them, because you know what's so crazy? Let me be real though. Let's be real. I didn't see it's some ugly sisters out here who got hella dudes. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Like it's some sisters out here who you look at like, oh, she ugly as hell. And you look through her phone, it's about 30 numbers in that mug. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you one or two reasons why too.
You know, hey, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it says women in their late 30s, 40s who are facing diminishing fertility. That was one of the things. It says a lot of them say had medical issues. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't, conceive like normal. So this one sister spent $8,000 on 3 failed insemination procedures. 8,000. So there is, I guess, a market for it. So brothers, I guess we need to go. But I see when we do it for real. We don't go to let's go to a building and we go like, hey girl, come here.
Hey man, I'm
But
sure if there was a sperm bank in any neighborhood I lived in, I'm pretty sure you see black men walking in and out of there. But there's just not many around, where I can get to one. But I
hell
think
no.
that's probably by design,
He said I need to get to that motherfucker.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, if I was ever interested or ever became hard up enough for money, that'd be the option I'd want to do before donating plasma or blood. That's all I'm saying. If I was ever presented with that type of conundrum, I've never done either one of those three. I've never donated for money like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I ever was put in a pickle and I had a choice of which one, it would definitely be sperm donation.
Hell nah.
Yeah.
Don't shake his hands, y'all. Make sure clean his hands.
Please use your hand, sin.
Sticky fingers for real this month.
But, they call me Mr. Purell.
Moving right along. It's sad news coming this week. Also, our brother here, our old school brother here, Daniel Smith, one of the last children of enslaved Americans, dies at 90. So he one of the last slaves to die. Growing up in the 1930s, Daniel R. Smith would listen to stories from his father, as young boys often do. He was not supposed to hear these stories. They were meant for his older siblings, not a child as young as 5 or 6. But after dinner, he would sneak out of bed, listen to accounts of the whipping and crying posts of the lynching tree and the wagon wheel. These were brutally vivid stories of bondage, for his father had been born into slavery in Virginia during the Civil War and had toiled as a child laborer before making his way to Connecticut, where the Smiths were among the only African Americans in their town. He said he remembered hearing about 2 slaves who were chained together at the wrist and tried to run away. They were found by some vicious dogs hiding under a tree and hang from it. He said he remembered a story about an enslaved man who was accused of lying to his owner. He was made to step out into the snow with his family and put his tongue on an icy wagon wheel until it stuck. When he tried to remove it, half his tongue came off. He said, my father cried as he told us these stories. So he's one of the last kids of a slave.
Yeah, like one of the last of the second generation free slaves.
Yeah, man. And that's crazy. He said his dad would cry telling him these stories. Smith, who was 90 when he died October 19th at a hospital in Washington, was one of the last remaining children of enslaved Black Americans and a rare direct link to slavery in the United States. He was born when his father was 70. He was part of a generation that dwindled and then all but disappeared, taking their stories of bondage, and were told firsthand by mothers and fathers who, after enduring brutal conditions on southern plantations, sought to build a new, better life for their families. What you think about that one?
Hey man, Pops was cracking it off late in the game. What?
70. But yeah, they used to do that. He about 77.
Yeah, I know that's what happened because there was like 17 years between my dad and his mom. Now my dad's family came up to Tennessee with that upbringing, but yeah, my dad's grandma, mom was born a slave, so my dad's great grandma's a slave, and it's not it's a lot of years between generations on my dad's side of the family. So slavery only goes back 4 generations for me on my
It
dad's
wasn't that
side.
long ago. Yeah, that's what I said. It
Yeah, you
wasn't
know
that
what I'm
long
saying?
ago.
Yeah, yeah.
That's when you hear
But
the pushback.
I
Oh,
mean,
it's
they
so
have
long
big
ago.
families, a big age difference to where the youngest child will have nieces and nephews that like be 10 years older than them and stuff. That wasn't uncommon at all.
The sad part for me, I hate hearing these stories because a lot of our elders passing, because that's a wealth of knowledge and wisdom that we lose when they pass away. You know what I'm saying? And a link to the old days or history, that we can get insight from. But also because I feel like the government does this. They want all the kid children of slaves and people like that to die off, so they feel like they don't have to pay or reparations, because even the how the Black Wall Street people are still holding, elders are still holding on. You know what I'm saying? They like
Yeah.
90s. And they waiting, they sued and they waiting to get paid and they can't get paid. How they can't get paid? Come on, man. So this is sad that I hate to see them dying off and not get to see the day when we get the reparations checks and we get to correct what was taken. So I hate to see those older generations pass away without seeing that happen. You know what I'm saying?
They got to see Obama though. So.
Yeah, they got to see something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't worth a shit, but
Yeah.
at least they got to see, for them. I mean, they got to see something, but
they got to see desegregation of schools. They got to see
yeah, I
women
mean, they got to see
vote.
some things,
I
but
mean, and then see the first Black president. That was something. Man, had my dad's mom lived to see that, she wouldn't have believed it, man. I'm telling you. She died in 97, boy. She'd have loved the mess out of that.
yeah. I mean, yeah, they got to see somebody. I ain't gonna say he's Black president, the first Kenyan gay president, but they got to see somebody who looked like them. I will say this. They got to see somebody who looked like them on the on top. So you know what I'm saying. I always protect myself at all times. But yeah, man. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I just hate seeing. It's like injustice, just like when I was saying last week about, or the other episode about, the Emmett Till movie. It's like, damn, y'all gonna have a movie about the brother, but then y'all didn't help get justice for him. How you gonna have a movie and he ain't got justice? The government did shit to get the man justice. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been a perfect ending for the movie. That okay, now even though it took so long that he finally got.
Or you see their name roll on the credits, you're pretty sure they got something to eat.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna probably say something, never received, justice for, but I'm tired of that being our story, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it's like we always, our race is always, well, we didn't make it at the end, but everybody else get their shit. Japanese get their shit. The motherfucking I'm just be real, Jewish folks, they got their shit like a motherfucker. Asians got their shit like a motherfucker. Everybody else get their shit, but it's us. We supposed to just get the. Let me give you a pat on the back. Let me give you a little symbolic gesture.
They say the world was promised to the meek.
Right, exactly. We supposed to be last. The last shall be first. Get the fuck. Damn that shit, man. That's why we got to keep going hard with this reparations movement and everything like that. Like I said, it's not a handout. It's not a ask me. It's not us begging. It's what's old, man. And if you do history, you can see all those businesses that got burnt down, all the land that got stolen, all the people who got ran off their land. You know what I'm saying? And then when all the Ellis Island shit, they gave that land, divvied it up to motherfuckers coming from Ellis Island. And so that's why they could say, my grandfather came over here with $5. And he came up because he got all kinds of benefits and goodies. Shit, he couldn't do shit but come up. You know what I'm saying? Because the table was set already for him to win. You know what I'm saying? So
off our backs, get their little plot of land and
right. So they getting the plot of land. It's just we tilled the land, we did the land. Now they get the shit. We fighting the war alongside their ass. They come back, they get the GI Bill. We get nope. You don't get shit. So that's generations that of wealth that could accumulated that didn't, houses that could have got passed down,
Yeah, we
businesses
got
that
to
could have got
keep
passed.
wine.
You know what I'm saying? What about all the businesses that got burned down in Wall Street? That was burned down over racism. So it's like they never received it, that one business on Black Wall Street could have been passed down, passed down, passed down, passed down, be worth millions of
Generationally,
dollars today.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
that could be like the Golden Ivy Coast over
yeah,
there.
man. Like, so I mean, we really got to stay on. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh man, we ain't whenever you do, we ain't go." I
And
mean, okay,
and all that energy that was put into blowing up the communities, you would think they would want to leave it so we come up on our own and do our own thing and not have to worry about them. But
yeah,
it
yeah,
seems like they just want us more in that subservient manner, you know.
yeah. We just like Dr. Claude Anderson says in his book Powernomics. We are the designated lower class.
Yeah.
The point is for us
Please,
not to.
like,
The system is set up for us never to go up. That's why they have buffer classes. The buffer classes are Latinos, Asians. They're the buffer between us and the dominant. So we are the dignified. We are supposed to be the solidified and stamped lower class forever. You know what I'm saying? As far as hierarchy goes. But we don't get too much of that. But yeah, another great episode. Another great
and
episode
hit the buttons,
of the
fam.
weekend.
Please press like and
Yes,
subscribe. Thank you.
definitely hit that like and subscribe. Hey, we coming hard for this next episode's weekend because there's gonna be a lot of stuff. It's actually stuff I didn't even get to cover this episode, but we're gonna flip it to next episodes. We took up a lot of time, and we thank y'all for even taking time to watch this video. Even if you watch 15 minutes of it, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Swag will be back with his review with his father and his son going to see the Till movie. He's going to give us his update intel on what he saw
Yeah.
and what he gathered from it. So he's going to give you the good, bad, and ugly of the movie, where they
Hey,
failed.
I mean, we both had to go through raising, black children how to be black in America, but it's gonna be different coming from somebody's mouth that ain't pops.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing his reaction. Now I told him to read up on it, so be triggered off of that bad boy, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, and we will see y'all next. Well, we'll see y'all in a couple days. Weekend High coming up. Don't
Oh yeah,
forget to definitely donate, to the rally for reparations, the FBA rally for reparations. It's gonna be at Freedom Plaza at 1301 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, Washington, DC. So if you're planning on going or pulling up, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and go get your hotels and stuff. I may go and pull up. I have a rental car reserved. However,
just in case.
I don't know if I'm gonna still go. You know what I'm saying? I really want to go. But it's a lot of things going on around this time. It's the holidays and everything. You got kids, you got people. So I'm gonna try my best to get to the rally. If I don't succeed, I am going to leave a substantial donation on the website rallyforreparations.com. And I'm definitely gonna buy me a T-shirt on the website. They do have
You about to donate to the reparations project?
yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a T-shirt at least. But yeah, I definitely do want to pull up, man.
Man, I
And
really do
check
want
it
to
out,
go.
man. Not too far from it, but I'm gonna see what I can do. Other than that, y'all, we out. Hey man, make
Peace.
sure you have a good rest of your week. We're gonna see y'all in a couple days on the weekend.
Yeah, do your worst.